Well, we didn't set the first time, and you think maybe that's it? Okay, you get it off. I'll go look.
We left Yarmouth at 8:15 a.m. and we headed for Negro Harbor, but to get there we had to round Cape Sable for the first time. We ran into some intense rip tides, so we checked the guidebook mid-run and it says, currents here run 4 knots or more, wind against tide, fearsome conditions. Well, they weren't kidding. The water got confused fast and you could feel it. Cape Sable taught us something. It demands respect. We arrived at our anchorage in Negro Harbor around 4:20 p.m.
We spent the night here in Negro Harbor, right by Northwest Harbor. Don't know which name they go by, but in the book, that's what they called it. It was a nice night. The weather was good, so we were okay where we were. We anchored pretty much in an open area, and it was fine for the weather that we had. We had 2 nice people off of Instagram contact us. That was kind of cool. We anchored just right about there. And it's only like 22 feet of water in here. But there is a straight shot out to the ocean. There is an island over here, and a dinghy ride around the back of that confirmed that yes, we could anchor back there. Need to be careful because there's some rock reefs over there. So, but it would protect from weather a little bit better than where we did anchor. We anchored just kind of in the middle. We are off to go check out Shelburne today. And off we go.
We left Negro Harbor around 10:30 a.m. and got to Shelburne approximately at 2-ish.
Kind of a non-eventful day, which is kind of good after yesterday. We were really tired, and we had some pretty interesting water there right around that point. Pretty out here. Just think, if we went that way, we'd be going to Europe. Look. That really is in charge.
This is the Cape Roseway Lighthouse. It was established in 1788 on McNutt's Island at the mouth of Shelburne Harbor. Cape Roseway was the 3rd lighthouse built in Canada. Unfortunately, it's a 4-mile dinghy ride, so we aren't going to make it there.
We've come around the point and headed into Shelburne. This looks like a nice peaceful anchorage. Look at how quiet it is. What do you think, Distin? Yeah? Well, we didn't set the first time, and you think maybe that's it? Okay, you get it off. I'll go look. Try number 2.
Shelburne was established by the United Empire Loyalists after the American Revolution and was once one of the largest settlements in British North America. It was also the filming location for the movie The Scarlet Letter, filmed in 1995.
Okay, we are anchored out there and we've come into the yacht club, and the dinghy dock is right down here. So just come around and down there. There's the marina office here where you have to register.
I have mine down there.
Oh, you get the award of the year. We are going to go explore, see what's here. This is the Muircock Shipyard, and now it's the Shelburne Sailing Academy. It was in continuous ship production 1826 to 1924. It was a multi-yard site, meaning it could build 2 ships at once, usually one large one and one small one. This is the George Street Shipyard Mill, a steam-powered through mill built in 1903. It was part of the Muircock Shipyard complex. The architecture and the tools are original to the building. Pretty cool little town.
It is.
I hope they're jumping from the lower one.
This large building was the store and warehouse of George A. Cox, a prominent merchant who constructed his own vessels and carried on extensive world trade. It was built in 1902. The structure was modified with the addition of a steeple and an open north end in 1994. The building was modified for the movie The Scarlet Letter.
So these towns have memorials to the fishermen that have lost their lives to the sea. We see this a lot, actually, also in British Columbia. They have all the names of who was lost.
This Georgian-style house was built in circa 1784 by Loyalist merchant Patrick Coyle, with the original stone rubble foundation.
So we're running into a problem that the museum are not open today. It's Monday, so don't come on Monday. Look at that purple and green. I love purple and green. The Joseph McGill Shipbuilding and Transportation Company is one of the last surviving buildings from the golden age of sail and has remained mainly unaltered since its construction in 1857. You come further into the cove, there is a big rocky area. The J. Chandley Smith, a one-time owner of the Cooper's Inn, relocated the barrel factory to the current location in 1917. Prior to 1917, the original was located in what is now the annex to the Cooper's Inn. Most of the original tools from 1917 are still in use. For 41 years, co-owner Donna Ruland was the only female cooper in Canada. Currently, the owners George and Berta Van Der Meer welcome visitors to join them as they generously share their timeless journey. The current structure is reimagination of Salem, Massachusetts building and erected as a movie prop to film The Scarlet Letter in 1994. The earlier structure was closed down, torn down, and back in operation for a period of 30 days. The barrel factory. Look, they have all the stuff to make the barrels.
They're bent now.
Do you think they wet them and then they're dry
I
then or
don't know.
something?
Yeah.
Are they dry?
Yeah, I would imagine that's I mean, stack them that way to get it to dry. But,
So maybe.
George Gracie, a blind loyalist and a legislator, started the first whaling company in Shelburne. He was also the primary shareholder of the Nelson, Shelburne's only privateer vessel. The original vertical log structure was sailed up from Boston and reassembled in 1784 and is still found within the walls of the present-day inn.
This Georgian-style house was built in 1804 for the Reverend Matthew Drips, first Presbyterian minister in Shelburne. Note that the 6/6 windows, side lights on each side of the front door, plus a transom light over the door, provided natural light to the interior central hall. So we're up on Water Street, and it's different from Dock Street. Dock Street was just kind of all old buildings. And now we have a lot of old buildings and stores. This is the Albert Lodge. The initial building was destroyed by the Great Fire of 1885. This three-story Second Empire style structure was rebuilt in 1911. Okay, this is the Emerald Light. We may be here to eat dinner. It was highly recommended. This municipal heritage building deserves special mention. It was built in 1908 from Scotia granite quarried right here in Shelburne and served as Shelburne's post office until 1964. At the start of World War II, an 18-foot, 5.4 meter extension was added to the west side of the building to accommodate an increase in mail from the arrival of over 5,000 service members to HMCS Shelburne. Check it out. This long, narrow building in the Greek Revival style was constructed in 1850 and is typical of the stores and shops seen on Scarlet Lane during that time period. Over the centuries, the building has housed a Chinese laundry, a bowling alley, a restaurant, law office, butcher shop, pool hall, place of worship, and a food co-op. It's now well known as a fine dining establishment. So this is the fine dining restaurant. It has a 5-course or a 7-course. Not bad prices though. This 2-story dwelling in the Second Empire style was built in 1876 for a local merchant, John McGowan Jr. It remained in his family until 1918. The house still has original hardwood floors, high ceilings, and U-shaped windows with wide window sills. That would be cool.
That would be really neat.
This property has functioned as a home and a commercial storefront since its construction in 1875. It was owned by shoemaker John A. McGowan Sr. and passed it on to his son, John A. McGowan Jr., who operated a dry goods business. And now it looks like it's an antique store. This striking 1780s property was once a home for the Minshall family, who also rented out rooms. One of their renters tried to skip town without paying his bill, and it turned out to be an imposter who passed himself off as a French knight. The Ann Street Well is the last remaining communal well that was constructed when Shelburne was first settled in 1783. The small building down the hill is home to the 3rd Battalion of the New Jersey Volunteers, a Loyalist reenaction group. We actually had the opportunity to watch the group perform. This property was built in 1784 by Samuel Marshall, a Loyalist potter and brickmaker. In 1791, the property became one of the holdings of the Gideon White family over 100 years. Mr. White was a prominent citizen who's best remembered for his detailed journals of the Loyalist Shelburne. This house was built by William Cox Jr. in 1889 and occupied by the Cox descendants until 2021. The last owner, Bill Cox, at 105 years, was well-known 5th-generation shipbuilder who also served 2 terms as mayor of Shelburne. This intersection is unique in North America as all 4 buildings on this corner are the original wooden structures built between 1783 and 1785. So this is the Emerald Light restaurant here in Shelburne, and I can't tell you how awesome it was. The dinner was so good. One of our amazing followers reached out and told us that we had to check out a local spot in Shelburne, the Emerald Light restaurant. Let me tell you, it did not disappoint. We kicked things off with their brisket poutine. Tender, smoky brisket layered over crispy potatoes, rich gravy, and gooey cheese curds. Absolute heaven in every bite, and it went so good with the red wine. And then came a dessert, a brandy cherry brownie sundae, warm fudgy brownie, creamy ice cream, and those brandy-soaked cherries on top. Hands down, one of the best desserts I've ever had. To top it off, we had a chance to chat with the owner himself, who gave us a little behind-the-scenes look at what makes Emerald Light so special. Just the amazing dinner.
Thank you. Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about your restaurant.
Oh, geez. It's 3 years old. We aim for elevated comfort food concept. Yeah, we're open all the time, 7 days a week, early morning to 9 o'clock at night. Come as you are, whenever you're hungry, and expect to treat yourself.
Thank you. And it has been amazing.
And it is a
Thank you.
treat.
Thank you so
It
much.
has.
That was good.
And what did you have?
We had the salmon salad, and we had the brisket poutine, and we had a brownie ice cream dessert with caramel, vodka,
And cherries.
and cherries. Yeah, cherry soaked. It was delicious. Delicious.
They are here Monday through Saturday, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Sunday brunch. Very creative menu. And everything was awesome. Check it out. What a night. And part of boating is you have the skiff to deal with. And your car needs to go in the garage, and the garage is on top of the boat. At least with us Nordhavns.
Shelburne Harbor in Nova Scotia is a world-renowned natural deep water harbor known for its safe anchorages and significant historical importance for Loyalist and the shipbuilding industry. Very cool place to visit. Go there by boat or by car. It's just pretty cool.
We hope you enjoyed that. Tune in for the next episode as we continue on our journey. If you're enjoying these videos, like and subscribe.
Havaseas you next time.